Y'all, what's up, y'all? What's up? This jealousy of certain dating coaches. Excuse me. Oh, man. You know what, man? This past week, I got to shout out Alan Roger Curry. And I know his people going to send this back to him. So, you know what? You good with me, fam. You good with me. And I got to come to his defense and stuff. And ultimately, I got to bring myself into it, man. Because you get some cats out here. Excuse me. You get some cats out here. They were going hard on him. And then, you know, you got some cats continually got my name in their mouth and shit, or referring to me in one way. And I'm just like, hold up. I got to call this stuff. Because first of all, it's really some bullshit. It really is. And it's just jealousy. That's all it is. It's jealousy. Because first of all, right, let's think about, they might say dating coaches, but if you had an issue with what we have, say it's mode 1 or my nice guys and players philosophy, you know, I mean, it's generally known as the body game, but that's just the foundation of it. Really, I would say my philosophy is more about attraction. Because Alan Roger Curry had talked about 5 different levels of, you know, how a man can get a woman and stuff generally and stuff. And the first 2 were attraction and seduction. Now, he's definitely the master of seduction, particularly verbal seduction. That's him all the way. Now, I have a seduction thing. I just don't give it publicly. And it's not the major part, because my thing is, if you like get yourself to a certain level of attraction, that takes care of everything else. So that's just where I specialize, you know. It's just like Kung Fu versus Muay Thai. They both effective, right? But, you know, you get some people, you know, they trying to come, instead of like really doing what they should do, just address the specific systems. They be coming after us and be moving goalposts, talking about stuff that got nothing really to do with what we're saying. Because I remember one in particular was like, how come you didn't talk about this guy, this particular guy? It was like, what that got to do with my business? You know? You know, what that got to do with my particular business? Not a goddamn thing. It's like, I can't talk about every single thing. Shoot. There ain't enough time and energy to talk about everything I could talk about. Shit. I'm focused on one thing on this channel. And if I'm focused on that book, now if I want to talk about like maybe writing fiction or something, that'd be another channel. But yeah, if somebody really had a problem, instead of going after the people, go after systems. But what can you really say about either one? What can you say? Mode 1 is about communication. Mode 1 is about communication. And for those who might try to say, well, does it work and all of that, or you need to show us some videos. Actually, let me tell you what. Alan Roger Curry first reached out to me back in, I think it was 2000 or 2001. Way back in the day, right? Way back in the day. And because I remember, I didn't realize he was actually older than me or even had an ebook out. He was asking me questions how to get his book published and everything. And I was answering, man. He was highly respectful and stuff. And then, you know, afterwards, I'd known some people personally, who had gotten mode 1 and they were applying it and it worked for them, you know? Because that's what it come down to. Instead of worrying about the messenger, think about the message. Focus on the message. And, you know, so far I haven't seen anybody, at least a content creator or a detractor, say, oh, these things don't work. You know? Like, okay, my thing, I'm known for the body game, but ultimately what I'm teaching is about being the best version of yourself and have both the qualities of the nice guy and the player. You know? The moral qualities and hard work and responsibility of the supposed nice guy, but being able to knock him out the box. You know, nobody that actually comes for that, or nobody can really doubt that. And let me shout out this, because all it is, and that's just some basic stuff. Let me shout out this one sister who commented on She'll comment on my stuff sometime. You know, sweet lady in Chi-Town. She says sex appeal and nest appeal. Right? Nobody's ever come against that. But no, they try to focus on some personal shit or some shit, or basically make a lot of straw man arguments. And that's basically nothing that has to do with the actual subject or the actual, what we're actually talking about. You know? And then an interesting thing is, you get some people who haven't applied none of the systems, because that's very important, right? Let me go off on a tangent real quick. If you got a criticism of, you should be able to at least say you applied it and it didn't work. Now, I can't speak for mode 1. I just know from the people I talk to, they ain't have a problem with mode 1. But as far as my stuff, in over 20 years, because I first introduced my stuff in 1997 in a pamphlet called Nice Guy's Guide, Meeting an Attractive Beautiful Woman. I've yet to have one person come back to me and say, oh, I tried this, I applied this, I did everything you say, it didn't work. I've yet to have that. The most I would get is somebody who will read it one time but don't apply anything and think it don't work. But I've never had anybody who actually did the work, hit the gym, adjust their attitudes, tap into their inner masculine, and come back and say, you know what, I did all this wrong, it didn't work. I've had nothing but testimony where guys have said, oh yeah, we did that, it worked for me. Thank you. Thank you. You said the right thing. Thank you. And all of them weren't trying to be players. There's plenty, I think you got plenty of guys who found just that right woman. In fact, there's been babies born out there based off of people who follow my system. Babies. Babies. Multiple babies. From very attractive women. Right? But see, a lot of the detractors, they never like actually approach that issue. Or they never say, they can't never point. Have y'all noticed they can never say, well, I did this and this doesn't work. Or if they do, there might be a few here and there who say something real quick, but it's always a weak argument, you know? And it still comes down to that communication. Okay, mode 1 is communication. When did communication stop? I'm going to the post office now to mail something. And it's actually a test case, just as a tangent. It's a test case because I usually hadn't been shipping overseas. I'm about to ship something overseas for the first time and really get that down. And then I'll probably start offering my books to ship overseas. I got plenty of people in like England, Western Europe who wanted to get copies of my book. But that's just an aside. But communication, I still got to talk. You got to talk regardless, because really mode 1 bigger than just getting women. Mode 1 bigger than getting women, just being straight up out here. And as far as how I get it, being honest with women, being direct. I remember Afi King, he sent me something from his Anchor podcast, right? And he was talking with a woman who was saying, hey, she appreciates somebody being real. And that's a lot of women. In fact, I talk about that in Nice Guys and Players. The ultimate man a man want to be is just real, authentic, right? So communication, that's always going to be there. That's human nature. Because I don't care how much money you got, how much status, even how good you look, how fine you are, how muscular. You still got to talk to the ladies. Shit. You still got to talk. You still got to have something. Even some people who think it's all about social media, at some point, you got to stop texting them and actually have a conversation with them. At some point. In fact, a lot of women complain and a lot of guys don't talk to them. You still got to talk to them. And Alan Roger Curry giving you the best way to do it. You can't really argue with that. And then with myself arguing with body game, come on, man. Now, I don't do the insert dog face here. That's Alan Roger Curry. I just say 2 words. Bamas, please. It's like, come on, y'all. You can't argue with it. I even provided, in my last car video, I provided links where they've done studies on this. Studies. And in fact, really, if you want to be honest, that's one thing I'll give to the incels. That's one thing I'll give to them. They actually look at this shit more than I do, probably. They be getting all into the science. In fact, that's what they call the Chads and Tyrones. That's body game right there. They see it. And shit, you go on something like IG. Shit, the people who got, the men who getting like big followings, all they doing is showing like chest and stuff. Women going crazy. They making their money and she getting their followers, getting inbox and stuff based off their body. And then ask yourself how the gigolos are making money. Actually, I was looking for something else yesterday and found another gigolo site. This one's more ghetto. I was like, damn, oh, shit. You know, this don't work out. I know what I can do. Anyway, right. I was like, damn. And why y'all think these women be paying for gigolos? Why you think they be making brothers like Cousin T-Tall rich? And apparently there's somebody else in at least the black manosphere who had been a dancer and stuff. And shit. What do you think they giving them money for? Because they talk to them or something? Body. Shit. Go into a bookstore. Go to the romance section. Who they got on the covers? They don't got some dude just being handsome. He's showing his chest and everything. It's like, damn, yo. And that kills me. You know, that kills me. People don't see that basic ass stuff. Because the body, shoot, that gets into the primal nature of a woman. A woman's primal nature is to reproduce a human being. To nurture a human being in her. See, when she's looking at a man, she's thinking about what she wants for her babies. You know? And that's primal, even if a woman don't recognize it. That's why you got a lot of dudes who got money and status but don't look that good. And they'll get a woman as long as he don't get her pregnant. They usually settle. They might even have a baby. They might have a baby, or if they do engage in sex, it's just some, like, you know, duty sex. Transactional sex. Just to keep the peace sex. In fact, a lot of times, women don't even look for those type of guys until after they had a kid. Then they look for the provider. What they say? Alpha fucks, beta bucks. Shit. I'm just telling you how to be that alpha. And the alpha's on some primal shit. Not the social alpha. Really, they ain't no... You know what? I'm going to get into that later. That's one thing. Me and Alan have a very lighthearted disagreement on just using those terms, but it's lighthearted. It ain't even worth arguing over. Because I actually respect anybody. I respect that position. I don't have to agree with it 100%, but you know. So anyway, but I do respect it. But whatever the case, shit. Oh, and then that final argument, somebody try to say, oh, you old. I'm going to get back into that. They'll try to say you old or something. You don't know what these women are. But yeah, okay, here's something funny. Roger Curry is not only engaged, but about to be a father. And his fiance is 28. I'm like, well, wait a minute. This dude 57, she 28. But as an old guy, he don't know how to deal with the women today. And then, you know, I did a car video last week with a young lady. Now, she's older than Alan's lady. She's 29. She's 29. And even that was really body game. And you know what? I actually talked to her this morning, and I said, okay, you ain't gonna mind if I point out some stuff. She was like, go for it. So check it out, right? Now, she is somebody who, like, you know, we follow each other on IG. When I came down for the self-improvement summit it was actually in Silver Spring, Maryland, but you might as well say DC, right? I said, oh, yeah, I'm coming down. We decided to meet. She lives in Silver Spring, so I was like, oh, okay, let's meet. All that good stuff. Let's just say when she met me, situation changed up. It was just like, you know, just like meeting a fan at first, but then, you know, once the fan meets you, she's like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. You know, she liked my eyes, but, you know, you can't do nothing about that. You either got good looking eyes or not. But she said specifically, she's told me, she said, you were taller than I thought you were and more muscular, you know? So it's like, oh, yeah. Body gain. And that's a millennium. That's a millennium. So here you got two, you know, detractors say, oh, y'all old and stuff. But yeah, we getting women that y'all can't get. You know? So I'm just like, So apparently what I do works. And shoot, to be honest, with the body game, usually I meet a lot of women, young girls, just where I'm living and stuff. it's to the point I had to ask him. I had to ask him. It's like, hey, you in school? And if they don't say college, I'm like, and stuff. Like I said, that body game works. It's like regardless of age and shit. Regardless of age. Because remember, y'all just seeing the top part of me. In fact, speaking of the body, I remember I took a pic for my birthday, put it on Facebook. That was the most likes and comments I ever got on any pic on Facebook ever. I was getting, and you know, there's a lot of guys who follow me on YouTube, but then it was a lot of women. I'm like, do I know this person? I was like, what? I was like, damn. I'm like, so, you know, we telling y'all some stuff, but then, you know, like I said, let's get back around to the first thing. Only problem I have is just basic ass jealousy. Basic ass jealousy, you know? And really, it's a sign of weakness to be jealous of another man. Because I'm like, okay, if you see this man doing something, why don't you just show how you can do it better? If you got a problem. But some people can't do that. You know? Because I would say this. You need attractors, you know. They ain't blowing Alan Roger Curry away on something, on that communication thing, being direct and all of that. And I guarantee, I walk into a room, and these dudes gonna throw up more weight or look better in a tight shirt. So I'm like, but yeah, it's just jealousy. But you know, and they probably keep going, probably do a bunch of videos in response to this or live streams. But it's like it ain't gonna change anything. You know, Alan will still be chilling, doing his thing, making his money, chilling with his fiance. I'll still be chilling with my young lady. So I'm like, man, if you want to get physical about it, you know what I always say. Yeah, you know what I always say. Shit, if you don't want to get in a ring, shit, we can go to the weight room. Let's see who throw it up. So anyway, right? That's all I got for today, y'all. I'll get back with y'all later.